Hey everyone, Dethallo here. I'm back with my next Legend of Dragoon video. So, since the last time I saved in the last video, I did go ahead and do 3 different things um, off of off camera that just would not have been enjoyable to watch. First thing, I got Dart to Dragoon level 3. Second thing, I got Shanna to Dragoon level 3. And then the third thing, I also got Shanna to level 17. I did that all just in the Homo Gigantos here, just farming off of the rock fireflies. And then the leveling, there are little birds that spawn between Valley of Corrupted Gravity and Homo Gigantos just on the road. And they give 1,000 experience apiece, but they are very hard to kill. So I farmed those for a little bit to get some experience on her. They have 5 health, but every attack you do on them deals 1 damage, and has a, I believe, 20% chance to miss. Might be a little bit higher. So I would use first person to go just did a straight up attack. Second person would use the magic signet stone on the bird. Third person would then use speed up on Shanna, unless one of those was Shanna. She was always attacking, regardless of what was going on. And then you just had to essentially hope you hit it 5 times. If you missed, there was a very likely chance that it would run away before you could deal 5 damage. They are extremely fast, often attacking in succession. And they do have a very high tendency to run away. I only had to kill 3 of them, I think, and ended up facing, I think, 8 to get those 3 kills. But at 1,000 experience per, it's very hard to beat that experience until much later in the game. And now we are on our way back through Corrupted Gravity, or the Valley of Corrupted Gravity. Last time we went through Homo Gigantos and the Garrick gang, dealt with them. We saw the death of Garrick and his master Haschel, or well, not his master Haschel didn't die, but his reaction to it. We also recruited Kongol as well. He is the last surviving Gigantos. And now we are on our way back to Fletz to get to deal with the situation there, as we found out that the Princess Elise, or whatever her name is not the real one. That she is a fake, and the real one is hidden in the castle somewhere. Before we get there, though, we are going to stop in Donau and deliver Lynn, who we also rescued in Home of Gigantos. And we are also going to make a stop somewhere else. And that I will get to in a little after Donau. You'll notice I have also changed my party up. I am using Rose now instead of Haschel. I've done this as the next boss fight is going to be with this party, so I will just use them to get them a little bit of experience on the way. and for the sake of Rose's additions as well. I could also switch out Shanna, but she really needs the experience. She's finally caught up to Rose in level, but is still a good bit of experience behind Rose overall. Here you can see she's about 1,000 experience behind, and that does make a huge difference. Alright, so we are out of the Valley of Corrupted Gravity now. At least I have anywhere where there's monsters. And we are going to go back to Donau, or I'm just assuming that's how it's said. If it's pronounced differently, please say something in the comments. Alright, so we part ways with Lynn. He goes back to get prepared to marry Kate. And we are going to go up here for what should be the wedding. And here is the wedding. We arrive while they're in the middle of the ceremony, and they will come out shortly. acquire Kate's bouquet. And with the city saved, they invite us to live here, but we can't accept that now, can we? Because we're not done with our journey. Oops. And now for our other stop before we get to Fletz. I am actually going to switch up to Hastrel instead of Shanna, just for... Actually, we'll do Albert instead of Shanna, just to speed this up a little bit if we get into combat. Shanna is unfortunately not the best damage dealer, unless she's in Dragoon form. And I don't really want to farm up a Dragoon level again. I've also switched Albert's edition over to Rod Typhoon. We finished with whatever he had before that, so it was time to get his next edition going. Rose, unfortunately, is still on Whip Smack, but she should be getting close to being done with it. And Dart has moved on to Crush Dance and already has stat level 2. And hey, we get a Meteor Fall. We will need to stock up on items as well before we go too much further. We did use quite a bit going through the Valley of Corrupted Gravity and Home of Gigantos. And I'll be honest, I'm very glad I switched over to Albert right now. At least for this part, he is much handier than having Shanna in my party, just for dealing with all of these. He is just a damage machine.
Rod Typhoon!
Whip smack! Yes! Go!
And we're going to get one more enemy before we get out of the Barrens. I will say, coming back from Donau is a lot more cumbersome than going to it. You get a lot more random encounters coming back for whatever reason. And I don't know why. My best guess is just going down on the screen for whatever reason makes it think you take more steps. But I don't actually have any proof of that or anything. Well, that's annoying. Hey, healing potion. While I'm at it, I do want to check Rose's addition status. I am not entirely sure where she is with Whip Smack. And we'll also clear Albert's. So she has 13 left on Whip Smack before it is maxed out. And that's not what I need. We're also going to just take the chance to Body Purifier away the poison. And our last stop is this way. Crystal Gold. Those things were capable of spawning all the way back in the Shrine of Shirley, but we didn't see any of them. So we're apparently going to get one now. Excuse me. And now we need to go to the south of Serdio. And that'll take us here. And we're going to stop in the merchant town of... I don't remember its name. And a Strongman. Again, it's something that spawned in the Shrine of Shirley that I don't know if we saw or not. Lohan, that's it. And all we're going to do here is go to this screen and talk to this merchant once again. And we're going to find us a Dragoon Spirit for Conkle at the merchant. Rose, on the one hand, wants to kill the guy. However, this time We unfortunately don't get a discount from him. Well, we got the water for free. This, unfortunately, we do have to spend 1,000 gold for. But, such is life. We will take that for Dragon Spirit any day of the week. And Congo now has his Dragoon Spirit. And we still have 4,000 gold left over. So, we are fine on gold, that is for sure. I do plan on getting enough gold to buy 2 or 3 legend casks. And we're going to go back to Tiburoa and go to Fletz. The legend cask does give an obscenely large amount of magic resist, so it will be extremely useful later in the game when a lot of stuff is magic based. Just almost completely nullify the damage from it.
Whip smack.
And that thing will be dead. And time to move on to Twin Castle Fletz again. And before we get much further, I do want to switch back to Shanna as well. Wow, I got all of nowhere after going back here. And just another strong man. And now we have to go stop a ceremony to pass on the moon dagger to a fake. We do want to stop in here and heal at the inn. I guess they call it a hotel in this game, technically. Although, time period-wise, it should be an inn, not a hotel. Oh, and we do need to stop at the item shop as well. We are running rather low and awkwardly on some items. Awkward capacity on some items. That should be in here. And yep, it is. And let's see, we have 4 healing potions, only 2 healing breezes. Buy up on those. We definitely need some of those. And let's see what we can sell now. Armed, I'm sure we have something. That, yes. Fake shield, definitely. We don't need it at all. Oh, and as for Hashel, earlier I got a very rare drop from one of the enemies in the Garrett Gang's hideout. It's a thing that we wouldn't normally get for him until Chapter 4, just a armor piece. So I did go ahead and equip that to him, and we can sell the other thing we got for him, like for him just a few hours earlier, or few. I guess what would it be, one video earlier or two videos? One video, I think. I'm gonna get rid of one of those and one of those, and buy 2 more healing potions. And since we're using Shanna, we'll get a couple of those. I'm sure I'll use some items during the next boss fight. Also, that being said, there is next battle we are into is a boss fight. Although it will still be another 10-15 minutes before we actually get to it. And we do need to save here as well. And we come to find out that there's been a lot of new faces in the Knights of Tiburoa, and they used to be bandits. Alright, so we're saving here, and gonna try and get in. And even Princess Lisa doesn't show up. So, time to go get Princess Lisa. And if we run into any knights, they send us back down to the beginning. So, we have to be careful. And hide in all sorts of rooms. And Princess Lisa still has like the one good knight in all of Tiburoa guarding her room. And having rescued Princess Lisa, we tell her that Princess Emille is a fake and try to figure out where her sister is, and of course her astrology does not work. And back down we go. And I'm not sure what will happen with us having Princess Lisa, but we'll see. Oh, they just put us back over here. Okay. So, even she is going to really help us a whole lot. Ooh, that was close. We got over there just as he turned around. And even Princess Lisa isn't allowed in, so the only thing we can do is find Princess Emille. Ooh, perfect. Perfect timing. And once again, just sneaked by. And, suspiciously, several guards right outside her room. And after Shanna and Rose frighten them off, they go running and the room is all ours. And as you can see, this was left a complete pigsty. And Kongol can't fit, so Maru and Hassel join him. And a magic painting. There we go. And here's our bridge. And whether by happenstance or some magical power, we awake her and tell her what's going on. And off to the ceremony we go with the real Princess Emille. And now, we don't need to worry about the guards at all. They're all going to run away as soon as they see Princess Emille. And the fake guards, having seen the real princess, run away like little bitches that they are. And away they run. And in we go. And having been found out, the fig steals the moon dagger and is cornered. And she decides to reveal her true identity to us. How lovely. And she reveals herself as Linus. And it is time for her to die. And here we go. Boss battle begins.
Whip smack.
And we're just going to go ahead and go right into special with Dart and get down to business. And since I got Dart 2 Dragoon level 3, we're going to show off his third level magic, which is Final Burst, which does a very significant amount of damage to a single target. And that put a big dent in her. Linus is a heavy magic user. Her physical attacks aren't all that powerful. Nothing compared to what the Garrick and Mapui combination was capable of, but her magic attacks are nothing to scoff at, that is for sure. And Shanna's going to go ahead and Star Children her. That is the most powerful attack that Shanna has at the moment, so there's no reason not to use it. The third level magic that Shanna got is Gates of Heaven. It is a 100% heal and recovery for all of the party. But unlike the first magic she got, it does not revive anyone from death. And that magic attack was less potent than I had hoped for. So I might just be sticking to Shanna's physical attack. And Rose will Astral Drain. Her Astral Drain is pretty much the only thing you'll ever use for her, unless you need to attack a bunch of monsters, in which case her other two abilities are a little bit better, but outside of that, most of the time you're still just focusing down one monster instead of trying to put down 3 at a time. And Linus is a fan of chakras, and they do a decent amount of damage. And some more magic. She is also extremely fast, and very much likes her magic. And has very powerful magic as well. And Rose is actually getting kind of low, so I'm just going to go ahead and debut this. This is Gates of Heaven from Shanna.
God, give me power! Gates of Heaven!
And healing. Actually, didn't heal as... Oh, I guess Rose has so little health, that's why. And darts up again, so final burst time. And we don't need healing right now, so I'm just going to see what Rose's failure of a Dragoon edition is going to do. Honestly, that did about the same as Astral Train, so I might just have to use that. And that wasn't even the full power one. Same thing with Shanna, we're just going to go ahead and use her bow, which did honestly about the same as Star Children, so. Keeping that in mind, should we enter a Dragoon with either of them again, we will just have to physical attack with both of them if we are attacking. And Shanna's out of Dragoon form now, so she's of course going to take quite a bit more damage, same throws. And Dart kind of just offset the damage. And depending on what this is, this might actually kill Rose. Not quite. But it does put her down relatively low. And Dart is actually out of MP, so I am forced to physically attack Linus with a full power special Dragoon edition. Not that that's bad in any way. That actually did one more point of damage than his magic. Literally one more point. The final burst is doing 540. That did 541. So, I probably shouldn't even have used final burst. That's kind of amusing. And we're going to go ahead and use Healing Breeze. Shanna and Rose are both rather low. And we're also going to use a speed up on Shanna. And then have Shanna use some magic. This is some new magic. This is frost-based, or water-based, which really hurts Dart, but the other two kind of just shrug off a little bit more. And we're going to counter back with some magic of our own. Namely, we have a Translite and a Downburst. We're going to start with the Translite since it is a multiplayer attack. And that does a decent chunk of damage. And Dart still does more. Oh, I had two translates. Okay, that's cool. Well, I'll use the other one. And that does another decent chunk of damage. And let's see Rose, I'm just going to have guard because she is getting wrecked. And the last thing, I'm just going to go ahead have Shanna use Downburst. It is not a multiplayer attack, so it is just a real powerful magical effect. And that actually did a little bit more than Dart, so we'll see what that does. Did not quite end the battle. So, we're gonna get one more thing from her. A Spear Frost on Shanna. That actually rather hurt. And another thing, she's just gonna go twice in a row. Whatever this is might take out Shanna. Ah, Spear Frost on Dart. This very well could kill him. Because he is very weak to it. Not quite. Almost. I'm actually going to guard Dart as well. And Rose, you guard as well. Then Shanna will heal the party since she is the strongest in a magical scenario. And now it should be good to finish it. After we get a little bit more magic from Linus. Another, what is it, Fatal Blizzard I think it's called. That one did significantly less chunk of damage. And I'm hoping that finishes the fight. She was already pretty low. No, it doesn't. Surprising. Actually surprised how much health she has. And Shanna guard.
Whip smack.
And surprisingly, it still isn't over. She is just taking one beating after another. And it's more magic. Oh, this is gonna hurt. That just straight up killed Dart. Ooh, lovely. We're gonna Angel's Prayer. I'd like to note that did more than half of his total health and damage. We're gonna see if we can end this with Dragoon Edition. I'm sure it's complete overkill. She's been in red for a while now and had several real powerful attacks thrown at her, so. And we get a 4 out of 5 Dragoon Edition, and there she goes. Linus is down. And for that we get 6,000 experience, 200 gold. Rose levels up, gets a new addition. And just about everyone other than Congo levels up. And Linus is a wingling. And runs away with the Moon Dagger. And fortunately, King Zior knows where they went based off of the direction she flew. So, our next stop is Alyssa Bay. But I'm going to save and end the video here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, if you've enjoyed my previous videos, please like and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. It does help me out a whole lot. And again, thank you, and until next time.